Criticism is inevitable. In life, we all face it, whether it's from others, from our work, or even from ourselves. But how we handle criticism is what truly matters. The Stoics believed that our response to criticism is far more important than the criticism itself. Instead of getting defensive, feeling hurt, or letting it shake our self-worth, they taught us to approach criticism with clarity, acceptance, and reflection. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, received a great deal of criticism throughout his life. As a ruler, he was constantly judged by his actions, and yet he didn't let that affect his peace of mind. In his meditations, he wrote, "If someone does wrong, it's their mistake. If someone criticizes you, it's their judgment, not yours." The Stoics understood that external criticism can't control us unless we let it. The first Stoic lesson on handling criticism is detach from the emotions it triggers. It's easy to get defensive, angry or upset when someone criticizes us, but that reaction often causes more harm than the criticism itself. The Stoics taught us that emotions are like waves. They come and go, but we don't need to ride every wave. Instead of immediately reacting, take a step back and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is the criticism valid? Is it something I can learn from? By choosing to pause and reflect, you take the power back from the critic and remain in control of your emotions. The second lesson is view criticism as an opportunity for self-reflection. Instead of seeing criticism as a personal attack, view it as an opportunity to evaluate yourself and to improve. Marcus Aurelius, despite his status as an emperor, was known for his humility and willingness to learn from others. He would take time each day to reflect on his actions and assess whether he had lived according to his principles. When criticized, he would ask himself, "What can I learn from this? Is there any truth to what's being said?" This self-reflection allowed him to improve without taking things personally. The third Stoic lesson is acceptance of what you cannot change. There will always be people who criticize us, sometimes unjustly. In these situations, the Stoic approach is to accept that we cannot control the opinions of others. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Instead of being caught up in the emotions that criticism evokes, remind yourself that the opinions of others do not define your worth. What matters is how you choose to respond. You can't change other people's perceptions, but you can control your actions and mindset. Another powerful Stoic technique for handling criticism is the practice of premeditation. Before we face criticism, the Stoics suggested mentally preparing for it. They called it premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils. This practice involves mentally preparing for difficult situations, including criticism, so when it arises, we're not caught off guard. By anticipating criticism, we remove the shock factor and strengthen our resilience. You can practice this by imagining different scenarios where you might receive criticism and mentally rehearsing how you would respond calmly and with self-awareness. The Stoics also believed in self-compassion. When criticism comes from within, whether it's self-doubt or internal judgment, it's important to treat yourself with the same understanding and kindness you would show to a friend. The Stoic idea of eudaimonia, living in alignment with your true self, means accepting your imperfections and working on them with love and patience. Criticism, whether from others or yourself, is simply feedback, not an indictment of your character. How can we apply these Stoic principles today? The next time you face criticism, whether it's at work, in relationships, or from your own inner voice, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Reflect without judgment. Practice detachment from emotional reactions, accept what you cannot control, and take constructive action. Try this. The next time you face criticism, instead of reacting immediately, take a few moments to breathe, deeply, and reflect. Ask yourself if there is any truth to it, how you can grow from it, and how you can apply the lesson without taking it personally. Over time, this practice will transform how you respond to feedback and help you grow stronger. The Stoic approach to criticism allows us to use others' judgments as opportunities for self-improvement, not as attacks on our worth. By following the Stoic principles of detachment, self-reflection, and acceptance, we turn criticism into a tool for growth and resilience. If you want to master your response to criticism and develop a mindset of inner strength, subscribe now and check out my next video, The Stoic Secret to Happiness.